and addicted to more.
Ooh,
What do you think?
that's a good one.
Okay, so let's go into the fun fact, Joel.
All right. Fun fact. So in the 1960s, they did a study with rats, and they had to redo this study because the original study put a rat in a box with cocaine laced water on one end and sugar water on the other end. Well, what did the rat do? It killed itself, did the drugs till it died, and bypassed the sugar water. Years later, this is what put cocaine on the registry of Schedule One narcotics. And years later, a book came out against the study and said, what you failed to do is give it community and a purpose. So they expanded the study. They made it the size of a room, and they put multiple rats in there. They had wills. They let them fuck. I'm serious.
Yeah,
they did.
they had a
let
life.
them they have
Mousecopia.
community and have purpose in their life. And they had the cocaine laced water, but they also had sugar water. No one died. They deemed that when you give something purpose and a reason to live, they will choose to live. And so a lot of it's kind of influenced how we treat addictions as well in our society, with giving people a purpose and helping them see their purpose. You know, what are your thoughts on that? Is that something you've experienced? You did mention to us being open that you dealt with addiction.
Oh, I'm fully okay with being open. It's just my journey to sobriety is not like most, is what I'll kind of say to that. I'll preface this. I grew up in a life where it wasn't if I was doing drugs, it was when. It wasn't if I was going to jail, it was when. And so for me, drugs are a choice. Addiction is not real. You choose every day to do these drugs, no matter what they are. Narcotics, opiate, it doesn't matter. At a certain point, sure, on a scientific level, your body may crave it. But ultimately, it was a choice in the beginning. And so I say this because I'm not like most people in recovery where they follow the 12 steps and they do all of these certain kind of things to find enlightenment in a sense. I'll tell a little bit of story. In the program, you go to meetings. And so there's a couple different types of meetings with AA. There's speaker meetings, and then there's like addict, like held meetings. Okay. And so they usually bring out speaker meetings when they did something with their life. You know what I mean? They got clean and like ran a business or something. Okay? And so whenever they come out, they tell war stories for like 45 minutes. And then the last 15 minutes, they say how good their life was, like now that they're sober.
Yeah.
And so for me, I owe my sobriety to my own program, I guess. I did it solo so I could continue doing it, to kind of touch back on the community aspect or a reason to live. I agree to the reason to live, but you shouldn't get clean for others.
Right.
So that community is not, it's almost like you're choosing to pay attention to them instead of working on this, is how my thought process kind of looks at the getting clean aspect from that.
Yeah. We were actually talking about addiction on the drive to go to brunch today. And it is, everyone has the ability in them to be addicted to things. And we were talking about addicted to sex, addicted to pornography, addicted to dating, addicted to multiple partners, addicted to being transsexual. It's you're driving, it's all in our mind and how we how it interacts with our body to make us do things. And so some people, and we are addicted to the gym. Like we like to work out. Yeah. It's like something we crave. And so it depends on where you are in your life and what you're craving after. Is what, so everyone has the ability to be addicted to something, and we are.
Yeah.
Some people are addicted to movies, but we don't like highlight that, or they're a gambler, you know, or there's always something that they will do because they choose to do that.
Yeah.
And that's what they want to do, and they'll continue to. So Yeah, it was interesting you said that because I agree with you. It's like where you put your focus and what you continue to do with it.
I read a book in the program, and it was Secret to Life, and it basically said whatever you put out in the universe, it kind of like comes back to you. I'm not religious by any standpoint. I should have prefaced that, but from the secret that I got, or from what I got from the book, it just words have power, right? So if you stay negative, negative things happen. If you stay positive, positive things happen. And so within like the sobriety, for instance, there was a negative aspect of, can I cuss?
Yes.
All right, cool. There was a negative aspect of like, fuck everyone else, you know what I mean? And it was like, I'm just going to do this shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's really, in a sense, what like drove me. And then see, I feel different because I've talked to other addicts and nobody really sees the same, you know? Sorry.
No, it's good. It's good.
We're gonna have to pause just real quick. There's an echo somewhere. I keep hearing it. I don't know if it's mine.
I'll be honest, I get messages consistently. I would assume it might be mine.
Is this does this need to be on?
No, I just turned it down. It's
Okay.
in the headphone.
Okay, okay.
All right,
Okay.
let's go. Let's jump into the next segment.
Yeah, moment of clarity story.
Okay,
Okay, so this is actually from Reddit.
Found this on
Reddit. So they're saying, I've been dating a man for 6 months
who told
me he was polyamorous.
I agree.
Thinking I can handle it,
and
I was gonna date him anyway.
I've fallen in love
with
him.
him.
And now
want exclusivity.
And I don't
want him
to be
polyamorous anymore.
He says
that would betray who he is. Because that's not who he is. And now she's trying to change him.
Am I wrong for
wanting
him all to
to myself?
Or was I wrong?
For thinking I could change him?
So what do you think?
What do you think, Patrick?
Look, you start how, or you finish how you start. So if he was already in a poly relationship and you knew what you were kind of getting into. So if you want to change the person and they say no, you have to allow them to have that no. Yeah, because that's what it was from the gate. It's kind of like, for instance, me, right? I say, hey, I have multiple partners. So the moment you say, hey, I only want to be special, that's crazy as fuck, bro, because I have special ones every week. You know what I mean? So it's, I guess what I'm trying to say is, I'm going to sound so fucking aggressive right here, but everybody wants to feel special in life. Everybody wants to be chased. Everybody wants to feel like they're the only one that matters. And the fact of the matter is nobody cares about you except yourself.
So I have a quick question on that. So you're saying that you let people know in the very beginning that you have multiple
100%.
Why do you want
multiple partners?
Why
is that? Is that for sex or is it for something different?
I was very scared of this answer, okay? And it's because what I get off on is more mental than anything. So I identify as a pleasure dom, is what I identify as. So I love to get yours and then I take mine. And that is because I don't like words. I don't like you to say no when I want to do weird shit to you. And so I just make you get yours, right? So I chase. Sorry.
So where do you find these women that are okay with you having multiple partners?
You finish how you start. You know what I mean? So when I start this way, they either accept me or they won't, right? So it's kind of like say I'm like, oh damn, you're cute. You know what I mean? She'll never call me cute. You know what I mean? Like because I'm so upfront with it. So as soon as they message me, they already know what it is. Like I know why you're messaging me. You know what I mean? It's because you want to meet like alone.
Well, I would assume that you put yourself. You're like, where do you meet these people? There's websites, there's apps.
I don't actually.
There's locations.
He meets.
There's locations.
Yes, I don't do none of the apps as far as kind of that goes, to be honest with you. Originally, I'm from Los Angeles, California. So I just again, gonna sound bad. If it is worth money, I know about it. Golf, wine, jewelry, anything good, right? So if you want like older women with money, you got to go where old money is. Country clubs, golf courses, tennis courts, squash, things of this nature. There was a super misogynistic girl that said, but if you ever want to find a single woman, just shop for wedding dresses online, right? Because like bridesmaids dresses, because they were just out of wedding. I just approach all the people that I find attractive, and I'm like, hey, you're pretty, and then I let them do the rest.
Yeah. And it comes out like, hey, I'm not here to be tied down. Well, but the question is, what does open mean to you?
Ooh, so that's a good one. Open is different. The only thing I can say is within my experience, okay, because everybody's quote unquote open relationship is different. Everybody has their own rules. Okay, so like, I'm gonna just say for right? My open was she didn't want to know. She didn't care about none of the names. As long as I came home at night, she was like none the wiser in a sense. Yeah. I know, but my friends want me to tag them to this. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you feel me? So, where was I?
You're open.
Oh, heard. My open was a little bit different. So we started off as like swingers, thruples. We went poly, having like multiple relationships. Because like I said, for me, I wasn't really chasing pussy. I mean, I'll get you undressed and walk out because I won. You know what I mean? I'm there. I'm chasing the switch.
There is something to that. Even in someone who doesn't want multiple partners during the dating scene, you do want multiple partners, and I've told you this. The chase is very sexy to me. And knowing that you have someone that likes you or wants you, that's sometimes that's all you need is the chase.
So there's a Instagram person. He's like one of the like Superman like misogyny. Anyways, he has this like theory, right? And I don't believe with the dude, so don't quote the dude. You know what I mean? But it's like the candy shop theory, and there's this metaphorical candy shop that everybody wants to go to, and it's women get in when they're 18 automatically. You can shop around, you can do whatever you want. Men have to wait until they're about 35 when they make enough money and they can afford everything in the candy shop. So now you have like 15 years of these 18-year-olds. Now they're getting ready to settle down, but these 35-year-olds are coming into this thing running a fucking muck because they worked so hard to get here. Right? It's what is it? Women age like fruit, men age like wine. What was the question? Sorry, I'm gonna ramble.
Yeah, what is openness? What does that really mean?
So for me, in a perfect world, it would be something where you guys like got off on, you know what I mean, the experiences, or like, hey, this guy made me feel this way, or this woman made me feel this way. Usually it's not that way. Usually they're longer relationships, and it's kind of like the beginning of the end for the most part. And they're just trying to like latch on, you know what I mean, to something that's new or exciting or.
So
I'm very curious.
Mhm.
You like
to be with different partners.
No,
Not
I'm looking for one.
same
No,
partner.
I'm with multiples, but I am looking for one.
You want
Yes.
one,
that
but that person has to be open with you being able to
have multiple partners.
partners. That's
No, what it is I will continuously run through them until one stops me. Does that make sense? So I will continuously look for suitors until one stops me from looking.
So
You know what I mean?
So when that one person stops,
I'll cut them all off.
you were just gonna be
100%.
with her.
100%.
But
Currently you are in an open.
Currently, I'm divorced and in like 4 different relationships in a sense. Friends who touch each other. So
that's what you have.
That's what you have right now. Is friends who touch each other.
So whenever.
So now I have
Mhm.
another question because you brought this up earlier and I'm very curious. You said that you are a
pleasure dom.
A dominant.
I'm a pleasure dom.
You are
I'm not a
pleasure
dom.
Okay, you are a
Yes.
pleasure dom.
Yes.
So what does that mean?
It means I will play with you with toys for like hours and say no to you coming. And then when I say yes, you can, and then I will take mine. You know what I mean?
So you are saying that you are in
The whole
control the entire time.
When she gets.
No, you can ask, and I'll say yeah, of course, babe. It depends how long you want to be, how long you want to be edged, we'll say, right?
Well, some people are. Well, he's in a situation where those women want that.
Pretty much.
So they're
They want to be
they're
treated
getting
right.
during the length
So
of
the
it.
pleasure
So the pleasure dom, is there like, are you,
I'm thinking of
you know, what I'm thinking of
dom
dom person
is like when they
is like when they are,
obviously they're in control,
obviously
but
they're in control,
do you-
but
what- is there
do
anything
you, what,
different?
is there
than
anything
satisfying
different than?
themselves?
So the
satisfying
the difference
themselves?
between like a dom and a pleasure dom is I like you getting it. So like for instance, if say if you liked art, right, and I don't like art, I'll fucking take you to look at art because I want to watch you smile and then choke on you on the car ride home. You know what I mean? Because I like the pleasure aspect. I like the switch. I like seeing you happy. Pussy is pussy, bro. You only have so many holes. There's only so much shit that can go inside of you. You know what I mean? Like that's just kind of what it is. So either I respect you as a friend or a person, or I'm generally chasing. I have a rule. I sleep with people 5 times and then I move on. Is kind of like what that really comes down to.
But how are you ever going to find
At this
that one
exact
person
point in
that's
time,
not-
I'm not ready to find a person because I'm coming off of something about a year ago.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean?
no.
Now, granted, it was open and everything is like cordial, nothing's crazy or anything of that nature. It's and let me segue. There are 6 billion people in this world. Okay, so that means roughly there's 3 billion women. The statistics on me finding my forever in some podunk cast town in Texas is just not. It's not real. You know what I mean? Out of 3 billion people, my forever person is this close to me. And so I actively believe in the upgrade policy. Continuously find your yeah, it's aggressive, but it's don't let your wife stop you from finding your soulmate. Don't let your girlfriend stop you from finding your wife.
Okay.
Okay.
That's very interesting.
So you're not a
very
poly
interesting.
because you're not in a relationship. You're. If
I was
you really
poly.
break it down,
I was
you're just being a fuckboy right
It's more of like I provide a service
But you're
almost.
dating, yeah.
right?
You're doing what most men do after divorce. Is like not settle down and
So
sleep
how do
around.
you- I mean, how do you?
4 of them are
I mean,
jobs though. 4 of them I get paid.
Oh, got you. Okay.
Oh.
This adds a twist to
Something
it
like
here.
Nice.
I wasn't joking when I said
So
my
are
fee was
you-
500 for
that's
12
nice.
hours.
So are you?
Oh.
So let me ask you this
To
question.
have sex with these
So
women.
you get paid
Not always sex,
to have sex with these women.
but go on. No, you,
Cuddling.
With
sure, but
holding pleasure,
it just
pussy.
depends,
Oh.
right? It just depends on the female, right? Because I've been paid to like go to business meetings. I've been paid for arm candy. I've been paid because she didn't want to be alone at the bar. You know what I mean? I've been paid because I will make you forget that you have children and a life for those fucking 4 hours. I will fill your day with as much fucking pleasure and smiles as I possibly can. I will love bomb the shit out of you because I love to see you happy. You know what I mean? So I'll fucking focus. But the moment you call me with some real shit, no, I don't want that. Because now you're sad.
got it.
Of women.
It could be anything.
So these women that are paid.
That's why I said pretty is a broad.
That's why I said pretty is
right?
a, is a,
So
is a
you
broad
are
term,
pretty like
right?
feature wise,
So,
right?
You are
But
pretty,
I
like,
find
feature-wise,
beauty in
right?
a lot, you
But
guys.
I find beauty
Colors
in a
don't
lot,
generally matter. Size doesn't
colors
really
don't
matter. I can
generally
say it
matter.
aggressively. I like
Size doesn't really
sandals.
matter. I
Okay,
can
so
say it
it's
aggressively.
here's one
I
for you.
like
It's
sandals.
18 or 80
Okay,
blind
so
deaf or
here's
crazy.
one for
They
you.
can all
It's 18 or 80 blind deaf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't say that.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm
gonna
straight
keep
for
it.
it.
So-
So
When it comes to like ethnicity or background culture, like I that it's the person to me.
Yeah.
So I agree with you. That I'm pretty wide with that. I mean, we're in a
yeah, you're in an
interracial
interracial relationship.
I disagree with that because I am attracted to one thing, like one type.
Can I ask a question?
of-
Absolutely.
Was he the first
Absolutely.
after like your own race though?
After
Not
like,
him,
your own
just
race,
white?
though?
No.
Not him,
Okay.
just white.
Have you ever been with any
I've
others?
been with Blake.
Oh, baby, you're
Have you ever
missing.
been with any others?
I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, baby, you're missing.
I only say
I ain't
this
gonna lie.
because if we look at
I
people
only
like
say
wine,
this because
right,
if we look
we'll
at
say that
people like
everybody
wine,
has their own
right,
like
we'll say
flavors,
that
their own
everybody has their own,
smells,
like,
and
flavors, their
how they
own
rock the ocean and
smells,
all this kind of
you know,
stuff.
how they
I only
rock the
say this
ocean and
because
all
the
this kind of
way
stuff.
the
I only say this
inside
because the
of
way the
an
inside
African
of
American girl will say
an
feels
African-American
versus a
girl will
white
say
girl
feels
is so different.
versus a
You guys,
white
they
girl
taste
is
different,
so
bro.
different. You guys,
It's
taste
just
different, bro.
it's
just
night and
But what
day.
do you prefer?
It's night and
But what do you
Pleasure.
prefer?
Is what I prefer.
pleasure.
So,
So,
yeah, pleasure is going to be the best thing there.
The best thing there.
What do people confuse?
What are people?
And this, I guess, is going to go back to your marriage with Polly and open and
A bunch of
dynamic.
shit. A bunch of shit.
What do people confuse about
A bunch of
being
shit.
open or poly and cheating?
So most of the time they are cheating. Okay, so I said this off like camera. Proper planning prevents piss poor performance. If you say ready, you ain't never got to get it ready. Is kind of what I'm saying, right? So like, what I mean by they're lying is most people that say they're open, they're lying. They're in their wife is asleep in the bed, like rolled over. You know what I mean? There's not very many people that are actually open. It's always some.
And if you've ever heard,
Somebody.
most of the time, if you meet them both, because I've met quite a few open people, it's because of infidelity on one of the two, and then they decide to be open after that, which is
I have a problem with that actually.
it's open because someone fucked up.
That's tit for tat.
That's tit for tat.
Yeah, that's tit for tat.
I think different. If you're in a polyamorous relationship or you're
Mm-hmm.
in an open relationship,
And you know that
and
you're about to
know that you're about to go,
they know that
and they know that you're sleeping with other people.
that's not considered cheating.
That's not considered
On
cheating.
the new person side.
Now,
Okay.
But
But
new person.
if
Okay.
they're in this
But
open relationship
if they're in this
and
open
they go
relationship
behind their back,
and they go behind their back
go and
and
fuck someone else,
go
that's
and
considered cheating.
fuck
The
someone
other
else,
person doesn't know
that's
about it.
considered
Yeah.
cheating.
But
The
not
other
in
person
an
doesn't know
open
about it.
relationship.
Yeah.
But
You're
not in an open relationship. If you're in an open, legitimate
And
open relationship,
both of
and
y'all know
both of y'all
that you are
know
sleeping with different people.
that you are
tell
sleeping with
your
different
person,
people, and
hey, I'm about
tell
to go fuck
your
this guy.
person,
Or
hey, I'm about to go fuck this guy.
That's not cheating. You're letting them know.
That's
What
not
what
cheating.
he
You're
was
letting them
saying is a
know.
lot of times people are lying about it, so
For
they're not
one.
really open.
Yeah.
That's just who's using it is like,
And you're simplifying open because it's rules.
and then,
So like if you guys are open and you tell them, hey, I don't want no Vietnamese. That's the rule. So say whatever, right? Whatever the fuck the rule is, dude. And he hits on one.
Vietnamese.
And he hits on one, right? Or whatever, right? Hits on one.
And he hits
on cheating,
one, right?
right? Because he broke the rules. And so it's really situational when you say open or poly. It's really situational on the couple, because you don't really know what triggers the man in the relationship. You don't know what triggers the female. It's kind of like when you said you would tell him, hey, I'm going to go fuck him. That would never happen in an open relationship. You would never use aggressive words like this to harm the man's psyche, right? You know, you say, hey, I'm going to go out on a date. I'll let you know how it went. Something along those lines. You never say, I'm going to go get railed. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I'm just being honest, though. It's automatically giving it a negative connotation. You know what I mean? It's just so situational.
Do you ever get jealous? Do you ever get jealous?
Yes, but I think it's a healthy form, and then I reclaim a lot. So like, and it's little shit that will make me jealous. Like I have I'm gonna call her homegirl, right? And so she has a little sugar daddy that she goes to or whatever, right? And so takes care of her, loves her. You know what I mean? Awesome. But whenever she comes back, I forcefully take shit. You know what I'm talking? Not for any fucking reason, dude. Just because. I'm like, you know what? Fuck this. You know what I mean? Like, because she was just there in a sense, you know? Not like I'm fucking, fuck you for doing this or in a sense, darn. Yeah.
Because you said you're fucking
Give or take, yeah.
5 different people.
At
Give
any
or take,
point,
Give or take.
at any of these
point,
girls, and do they
Do any
know
of these
that you're
girls,
fucking
and do
all
they
them?
know that
And
you're
do they
fucking
ever
all
get
them?
jealous?
And do
That
they
is
ever
not
get
my
jealous?
concern, is what I'll kind of like say to that, right? Like I said previously, I am looking for the one.
Well,
know?
not that
Uh,
it's not your
looking for
concern,
the
but does it happen?
Well, of course, but because it's if in every relationship is a push pull, right?
What's
So
the craziest thing they've done though when they got jealous?
No, it's more of like sadness, right? And it's like, why am I not enough? And things of this kind of nature. You know what I mean? Yeah, it is. Well, it's normal, sure, but what do I say at that point, right? Do I give you the truth? Like, hey, pussy sucks. You know what I mean? Or like, you know what I mean? I don't see you being able to do this. Or, you know.
But why do you
with
continue to
the
sleep
five
with
different
the five
That's how many I can handle,
different
right?
women?
5 is that number.
Anything
Anything more than that gets kind
But
of
if they start getting jealous, you let them go.
Anything more than that gets kind of.
Yeah.
If they start getting jealous, you let them go.
He has a rule.
Yeah, I have boxes at my house with like names.
Yeah.
I have boxes at my house with like names.
So when do you decide?
So when do you decide who you want?
If it doesn't
to
make
go
dollars,
for?
it doesn't make sense.
If it doesn't
You
make
know what I
dollars,
mean?
it doesn't make sense.
Oh,
So you
100%.
wanna make money.
You have 5 different women that.
Oh, 100%.
So you have 5 different women.
Yeah,
that
there's
pay
5 in my roster is what I'll
Yeah,
kind of
there's
say to that.
5
And
in
I
my
only say it because
roster is what I'll
you,
kinda say to that.
it
And
all
I
depends
only
on
say
the
it because
interaction, right? So
it
like
all
say if I
depends
just
on the
met you or
interaction,
whatever,
right?
right? And
So
we
like, say
go
if I
out
just
to
met
like a
you or
date,
whatever,
like
right?
go to
And
the
we
Manila
go
and
out
look
to
at art
like a
or some
date,
shit.
like
You know what I
go
mean?
to
To
the
make you
Manila
feel
and look at
pretty,
art or something.
whatever.
You know what I mean?
Right? That'd be like
Pretty,
once,
whatever.
right? That'd be like that one date. And then say it gets like brought up, right? It really happens once I start sleeping with them. Once because then I get bored. You know what I mean? Where it will either become super financial, where it's, hey, what do you want? Mark it down. I will hit all the fucking spots. You know what I'm talking about? It's a job, right? Most of the time, they just want to feel special, bro. They don't want to say, hey, give me money for dick. You know what I mean? So that never really comes out, to be honest. It's always like, hey, my price is it, kind of like I did with you guys. To be honest, my price is $500 for 12 hours. Make sense?
Oh, I did not even get
You
that.
know what I mean?
Oh, I did not even get
Granted, and it
that.
depends. Couples are more, by the way. You know what I mean? But it just kind of depends. It's everything is so situational in the lifestyle. Oh,
I didn't get it either.
yeah. You asked me for my number right after that, by the way, or that was my timeline.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
that was my
That's so funny.
I figured this once I got here.
No,
Go
that
on.
We were thinking, man, he seems like he got good
No, no,
interview.
no.
And when we're looking, like we're thinking about recruiters and different things like that. Sometimes meeting people with really good personalities. That's what we talked about.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, he's got a great
And
personality.
that was not even.
He might be a good recruiter. We
Yeah.
should keep a contact.
That was not
He
even.
might be a good recruiter.
Not
I didn't even think.
Side note, real quick, you said recruiter. There's another server up there. I'm gonna like shout him out in a sense right now. His name is Chris. He just started. He's from Colorado. He has like real people. Like, have you ever seen the TV show The Ranch with Ashton Kutcher? And all
Yeah.
that? All right, cool. Well, he knew the people that was like
Yeah.
over it and like the real people. Talk to him. He sings. He raps. He does videos and. He knows he's a lot, you know what I mean? I'm a hood fuckboy. He might be something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just saying, FYI.
Yeah. The reason why
Yeah, I figured.
You know the funny thing is, I didn't
Yeah, I
even
figured.
get
You know
what
the
you
funny
were
thing
saying.
is, I didn't even get what you were saying. And I was like, what? What's he talking about?
$500.
I was so
Yeah.
confused.
Hilarious.
I didn't even get it because
Yeah,
that's not what I was
I didn't
thinking
even
about.
get it because
Right.
that's not what
I was literally thinking about something else about
I was literally thinking
possibly getting me on the podcast.
Yeah.
And
possibly getting
all that good stuff. Wow,
That is
I
so
like, it
funny.
went way over my
all that
head.
good stuff.
All right,
Wow,
let's hop to the next segment. That's a good segue.
Well, one more.
Okay.
So, because I'm very curious about his lifestyle. You know, with
Well, now that we know, I don't want to say the term.
but are you a sugar baby?
No, because
I
I'm
was
not
gonna
a
say male
female.
gigolo.
That's similar. Like that's a close one, right? Sugar baby's a female, bro. That's kind of like more, you know. I like to say I'm a male prostitute because I like the shock and awe of it.
I like to say I'm a prostitute because I like the shock and awe of it.
And
So how much?
Not a month.
So,
Mhm.
But
in
Not a
say,
month. How long have you been doing this?
but like,
Well, it's
say, how long have you
it's
been doing
not
this?
something that I like
Well, it's-
actively do daily.
It's not
Does that make
something
sense?
that I
So
have a website.
not at all, bro.
Does that make sense?
Like it's not a.
Not at
It's
all,
not
bro.
like I'm trying to
Like,
start a
it's not
business for male
It's not
escorts.
like I'm trying to start a business.
Because
Male escorts.
it's prostitution if you sleep with them, for one. You know what I mean? It's illegal. But secondly, because I know my standards. Okay, not every person has the same standards.
So are these Are they like are all these women?
A couple of
are they,
them.
like, just wealthy?
A couple of them.
Married?
Or they were, is what I'll say, right? Yeah, because out of the 5 I have now, there's only 2. I try not to, but that's honestly my own like mental. I went away for some years and stuff, and so I don't really do good in like unknown places and sounds and shit. So I like to fall asleep in my own bed.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So yes is the short answer, but
So
Mhm.
if you found the one, how would you know?
So I'm a feminist here, right? I love females, right? So I'm all for OnlyFans. I'm all for selling ass. I'm all for whatever makes you feel pretty, wanted, needed, and seen. I really am, right? I grew up with a single mom, so I watched her fucking struggle and all of this. For me, when we talk about prostitution, I look at it in a positive way. And I know it's a cliche as the oldest profession and all this kind of shit, but on a business side, there's only a few certain things that will guaranteedly sell. Drugs, sex are like the main 2. You know what I mean? And so I just don't look at them as negative. Like I call my friends whores, and, you know what I mean? Because I just don't see it as negative. On a real man level, I want you to be with more men, dude. Like as my partner, right? Because I don't want to fucking lube your ass. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to fucking hold your hand, bro. We're almost 40. You should have done a lot of weird shit in your life, especially if you're coming from any like real relationship.
So would you be
Mhm.
open? So if you found the one,
Mhm.
and you said you're going to settle down with her, and you're not.
So
gonna
she wants to
do
be
all this-
monogamous,
Yeah.
or is it like a collective? Let's be
Yeah.
monogamous.
No, she wants to be.
Is it like a collective?
She would have to have a lot of
No,
things.
she wants to be
Like,
monogamous,
She would have to have a lot of.
So just like you now, like you don't want to have one pussy for the rest of your life. Like you don't want.
No, it's not that I don't. It's just on a math wise, it doesn't make sense. Right? So when they say you're on an island and you can only bring one food, what food is it? I don't give a fuck.
Sushi.
Whatever. That's a good one, actually, right? Because it's open, it's versatile. I like that one now. Yeah. But most people say like fucking Pop-Tarts or whatever, a single food. Eventually, you're going to get sick. You know what I mean? Eventually, you're not going to want the food. And so for me, that's how like relationships are, right? I followed this chick and she was saying within relationships that you sacrifice your happiness so much whenever you get into them. And it's even like when I try to make them happy, I'm choosing not to do the things that make me happy because I'm trying to make her happy. And and so when I start to look at any interaction with anybody, it's a give and take. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, for instance, this inspiration. You get a person on the podcast and I get to do something I've never done. You know what I mean? And you're both pretty. So in my head, there was a shot. You know what I'm talking about? But does that make sense?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just whoever wins.
Did your phone die? What happened?
Did mine die?
No, you're good.
Oh, okay.
You're good. It's okay.
What time is it?
We're doing 33 minutes in.
Heard.
So let's
fucking hot.
let's go back to the feminist thing.
Okay.
And just I want you to be able to cover all of it.
Okay.
As far as hit the mute. No, the one in the background, the 3 dots. Hit that. That's and yeah, you want to do that. Okay. You see, I'm the technical one. There you go. You're good. When you say you're for all those things that in society is deemed in some circles as using women, are you for all the other things? Like, let's say a woman who chooses to be a stay-at-home mom.
Of course.
You know, so I just want to make sure that you have the opportunity. It's not just like, oh, I'm all for this side of things.
I'm all for whatever the woman wants to do, to be honest.
Yeah.
With you. The only thing, as far as that like I'm all for equality. I'm all for everything. Anything the female really, really wants to do, as long as it makes her happy and she's cool. I don't really have a negative like on that. I believe in like women's rights. You can have, miscarriage, whatever. You can get rid of things. All of this, right? I believe in guns, which is kind of weird because I have a lot of felonies, but for real, bro. But I believe in guns, right? Because if you take them from the people that are like actual citizens, all the criminals will have them.
Yeah.
So it's just. Sorry, I ran.
Yeah,
I get nervous.
We line up on that side of things. I'm a libertarian at heart, as far as like just liberty and freedom for.
I was yellow.
Just be yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to have any influence necessarily, or tell someone what they should or shouldn't do with their life or any of those things.
I do have to ask them one more question because I'm very curious about that. So, you know how I ask questions.
Yeah.
Would you consider, like, if a guy came up to you and say, "I'll pay you this much money"?
So no, like physicality. So I'll send you videos and pictures, and you can look my whatever the fuck you want, dude. But like actual get off on and like be there. No, it's not something that I'm good with.
Yeah.
I can't play the part. I can play the like gay best friends, and we can like you can go pull females, and I can like hang out with you. You know what I mean? Because I'm all for the alphabet mafia. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's interesting.
Well, because I'm lifestyle. So I've watched too many things happen to people not to be okay with gay and trans. And you know what I mean? I've seen way too many cross-dressing shows and shit. When I say I'm a feminist, it's because I grew up with a single mom and I watched her beat up men and sell drugs and just do all this crazy shit. And so for me, I'm hard on women, but it's because I feel like you rule the world. I feel like I'm saying you, and I feel like I'm like pointing it towards you, and I'm not, right? But I feel like women don't really need men very much in the grand scheme of it. Back in the fucking 1900s and shit, sure, bro.
Do you think your childhood, the way you grew up, has a lot to do with how you are now?
Kind of, because I watched her go for.
What's it saying? Are you on the internet? Mute that button.
They get hot. What was the question?
The question is, do you feel like your childhood has something to do with how you are now? Because, I grew up in an awful childhood. I mean, I was severely abused growing up and grew up in the foster system. So I know how I am now.
Mm-hmm.
But do you feel like you're who you are now and how you are with women and how you go about your past addictions? Do you think it's because of how you grew up?
Yes, it's weird. I talk about my childhood, and a lot of people are like, "That's fucking crazy." And so I have this superpower to positively spin a lot, and so I think it really. Yes, because I'm like at heart, I love my back scratched, my hair played with and shit. So I'm a mama's boy. You know what I mean? So I like to be mothered in a sense. Yes. What really kind of like adjusted
my type of lifestyle
was my previous marriage. I had a stepchild, and I was a daughter from 3 to like 14. And it really being a girl dad kind of calmed me down a lot.
Right.
To be honest.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Stop flipping his screen.
It's
good. It doesn't need to be.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
short answer,
So short answer, yes, because I watched her run through men. You know what I mean? So it was like something that was
like
it was what it was, right? Like she wouldn't leave one until there was another one. Fuck, I did the same, to be honest.
yeah, so how your mom was and how she the nature of your environment has made who you are now.
I think it's made my
I think it's made my pride and how I carry myself is what it has made.
Yeah.
Because I got clean a long time ago, like by myself. So a lot of the adult that I am is solely because of me. I want to say a lot of the traumas are probably because of my childhood, though.
When you find the person that you want to be with, with you the way you are and how you grew up, and the trauma. I'm gonna say the same trauma because I mean that is trauma. Growing up,
Right.
the nature of your environment was not suitable for children.
Not super.
Right.
Not super.
Right.
Yeah.
Your person has to be okay with that. Are you going to disclose that information about how you grew up with your life?
I'll be honest.
So I don't really talk about my past at all,
Because
actually.
I've worked real hard.
Because I've worked real hard to like be away from it. Not about my felonies, not about my lifestyle, not about none of that. Because it instantly makes people like look a certain way, right? The only reason why I said I'm open to talk about it is because of the like in the long run, right? So normal people, I tend to not tell them. The only time it will ever come up in jail, they play a game called Guess Who, and it's like, you know this person,
And so
blah blah, right? And so if they've been away before, then I will like, hey, I know what you've been through in a sense, you know what I mean? But if it's somebody who I know is not, no, I'm not just bringing it up.
Well, it would be safe to say then that would be your person. You're going to want to say all the things
That part.
too.
That part, right?
You're
You know,
absolutely right, because, I feel like I've healed from my trauma, and I've done the work and everything. And for the longest time, I couldn't talk about my trauma to anyone,
Mhm.
or the things that have hurt me to anyone. And it was on our first hike that Joel, I had opened up to Joel about some of the things that happened to me, or some of the things that I like to do. The things that I can't be open with anyone else. I actually was open to him, and I was like, I don't want to be with anybody else that I cannot be fully myself in every way.
Yeah, and so I think it'll just naturally you'll know, and
you can't.
it's like
You can't paint the
photo of that person.
You don't know who that's
going to be
yet.
until you do.
And until you do, and then you're drawing it out, and you're like, holy shit, it's a masterpiece.
And this is exactly
what I wanted it to be.
And now
it's here.
I like the saying where it's if you can't handle me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best.
And
And
I like that.
that's like something that I take with a lot of relationships.
And you should be with somebody that fully takes who you are, because I don't want to fake who I am. I mean, this is who I am, and I don't want to fake it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Once you find your person, you can be fully yourself, and
it should come.
It should just roll off the tongue in a sense, right? It shouldn't. There shouldn't. I don't want to say nerves, right? But it shouldn't be like, I don't want her to see. You know what I mean? Like, it should just be able to trauma dump in a sense.
Yeah.
And it never come back up, I guess, right? Just so they know.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So let's do rapid fire.
Let's do
real quick.
rapid fire.
Let's do the rapid fire. This is a fun little segment, okay?
Don't think.
It is fast answers, and if we want you to expound on that, then we'll
Gotcha.
say, hey, well, how
Gotcha.
or what? But we're gonna go to the next one. That's what
Gotcha.
hit it.
You want to start?
Okay.
Sexiest
You wanna start
thing
off?
about being open.
Watching other wives submit.
Oh, okay.
Hardest part about recovery.
Nobody's there for you.
Nobody's there for you.
That's sad. One addiction, it doesn't have to be drugs. One addiction you still secretly miss.
Miss?
Miss. Meth.
100%.
Oh, 100%.
Why is that?
IV use.
You ever done cocaine?
You ever done cocaine?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry.
Why?
Because it's if you've never really done cocaine, then it's hard to like explain in a sense. Meth is cocaine times 10. You know what I mean? So when you anybody who does cocaine, they chase highs. With meth, you're not chasing the high.
People that do cocaine the first time,
They're
or
rich.
do you think they get addicted the first time? No.
Choice. Consistently choosing daily.
Cocaine is hard to get.
Cocaine is hard to get addicted
Oh, it
to
is?
because
Oh,
it's
it is? It's
fuck
hard
yeah.
to get addicted to.
Fuck yeah, because you sell everything, bro. It's expensive and it's 30 seconds long.
And
That's
Depends on the
depends
person,
on the
right?
person,
So like a
right?
key,
But so like a
we'll
key,
say,
we'll
is
say, is 2.2 pounds. You know what I mean?
It
It just depends.
couple grand.
Depends. Couple grand, 10, 15 grand.
Okay.
Depends on where you go.
Right?
You know what I mean? They call it a
rich
rich man's drug because the high doesn't
right?
last.
So you can
Right? So you can
kill an ounce by
you can
yourself.
kill an ounce by yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
Meth
it
is
just
something that
meth is something that lasted days.
So
So
Okay.
interesting.
Interesting.
That's not with my recovery.
that's not with my recovery though.
So
I'll
it's
miss it
expensive.
every
So it's Coke is expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right, most stress.
All right, most more stressful. Managing time with partners or
cravings.
managing cravings.
Partners.
Partners. Yeah. I don't have cravings anymore, to be honest. Yeah. Yeah. I haven't had triggers or like possible relapses in almost like 8-9 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or like I guess the reference of like,
Yeah.
remember that time, like,
Yeah.
oh, this is way more
Yeah.
stressful.
Yeah, way more. Way more. Yeah, partners. 100%.
Everybody wants to be special.
Everybody wants to be special.
If you had to
Okay,
pick
if you had to pick
sober monogamy
Sober
forever
monogamy forever
or open chaos
or
with no
open
rules
chaos
and you can
with
sleep
no
with
rules
whoever.
and you can sleep with whoever.
I guess open chaos.
I guess open
but
chaos,
I
but
have so many other things
I have so many other things to say into that. You know what I mean? Like, open because I believe in that kind of incident. I'm gonna quote another like Instagram thing, but it's for females, right? Let's say you get hit on once a week. Okay, that's like an average number, right? So out of 52 times in this year, you expect me to say that they all got the same distance? 52 men hit you up and hit on you, and you all said no from the gate? That's crazy.
That's crazy as fuck.
That's crazy as fuck,
Okay,
right?
so that's year
Okay,
one.
so that's year
So now
one.
let's say 4
So now let's say
years, right?
4
So now
years,
we're at
right? So now we're at
200
200 different suitors came up to you,
And I'm just
right?
using
And
smaller
I'm just
numbers
using
because
smaller
it's not that I'm
numbers
mad
because it's
about
not that
this.
I'm
It's
mad
not
about this. It's
I
not
care
that
about this.
I
It's the
care
fact
about
that I
this.
want to
It's the
acknowledge
fact that I want to
happens
acknowledge that it
and
happens
accept it.
and
Right? So it's
accept
kind
it,
of like when you
right?
get
So
hit
it's
on,
kind of like when
tell
you
me.
get hit on,
Right?
tell me,
Don't keep it a secret.
right? Don't keep it a
right?
secret,
Because then that's
right?
weird.
Because
You know
then
what I mean?
that's
Because the
weird.
moment we
You know what I mean?
fucking
Because the
argue,
moment
your
we
ass is
fucking
gonna go
argue,
text
your
that
ass is gonna go text
Right?
that number, right?
I do believe
No.
I do tell them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I tell you. But you know, I don't know. I look at it like when you do find the person and you choose. We talked about love on this podcast quite a bit. And how love is the dumbest thing we do.
I had a counselor tell me I was addicted to love, to be honest.
But it's the dumbest.
But it's the dumbest thing we do because we know it's going to end. We know that person will die. We know everything we love will go away at some point, and then nothing's guaranteed, but we still choose it. There's a strength in that to me. So I'm a monogamous relationship. Like that's what I want. Because of a couple of things. One,
STDs are real.
STDs are real.
And people
like
approach me.
someone can approach me, and if they're approaching me, this is what I say. If you're approaching me as a woman, I'm not the only person you're approaching. I'm just a number.
Yeah.
I'm just another. So you're not making me feel special
with
with that. There's no. So
I would assume if I was a woman,
I'd feel the same way. Like,
disgusting.
oh, disgusting.
A lot.
Because
You
A lot.
you think that I'm approachable like that? Come on.
Please.
Yeah.
You know,
Please.
that's how
Yeah.
I would
You know,
play
that's
it.
how I would play it because
Yeah.
I've had women do that.
You're on a
Yeah.
date.
Oh, you're on a date. You're waiting for your date.
Let's
Fuck
go.
your date.
And I'm like,
Oh,
Let's
100%.
go. And I'm
Who do you think
like,
you are?
Bro, men get hit on
think
more.
you are.
Bro, men get hit on more with a
That
wedding
you-
ring
that
than without.
you
Not
think
meet
that
the
I would
person I'm coming
not
to
meet the person
for
I'm
the first
coming to
time
meet
and leave
for the
with
first
you.
time and leave with you.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Number one.
Sorry.
you're
Yeah.
obviously-
Number
Yeah.
one, you're obviously in that situation.
Yeah.
You're
nearly
not
attractive.
nearly as attractive
Potentially of the person.
potentially of the person that was
First time ever meeting.
Yeah.
first time
I'm
ever
like,
meeting.
no.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, no,
I
no,
don't
no,
think so.
I don't think so.
Whoever gets
Last thanks, but
question
no
before
thanks.
we end things, 'cause I know we have to go, but
Heard.
do you ever get
I do.
stressed over
Stressed over
STDs?
No, because I make everybody check.
No, because I make everybody check. It's fucking like $60, bro. What is really
So
happening
you're
here?
saying
We're in
that they have
2025, you
your
guys.
hands
they have to go get.
Fuck yes. Dude. Also, this is fucked up, dude, and it's something my uncle told me, and it's like a man
But
thing.
it's,
You know what I mean? But it's
eat lemons before you
eat lemons
finger.
before you finger. You know what I mean? And it's because if she has open sores on the inside, and so if it doesn't burn, she's clean.
I don't know if that's foolproof. That's
It's all for the
that's
lab.
like pull out, son. You can't get them pregnant.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
We have to do that. We're definitely, guys. Thank you. Well, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
This was fun.
Yeah.
Man, we might have to have you back because I think there's a lot more questions and stuff
Or
that I
get your
want to, or get your take on.
Have you guys never been to like lifestyle clubs or anything?
I have
Really?
not.
You're from the service, yeah? Yeah.
But
Most
I
of you
haven't-
guys are fucking swingers, bro. Because you saw weird shit
I have
and
been
more.
invited by people multiple times, and I'm like, that's odd. You
No.
want me to be with your wife?
100%.
I only
Okay.
say this because
Yeah.
most people
I only say this because most people from the service, bro, are straight lifestyle, dude.
90%
Like,
and then cops.
90%, and then cops. And there's so many fucking cops that are sharing their wives, dude. And most people in the service.
Yeah.
I saw the sticker.
Definitely not in lifestyle.
Yeah, I just meant like.
Yeah, I just meant like check it out. You know what I mean? Because he
I've
said
been to
he
like
was bored.
Temptation.
So you might be a
Ooh, I like
voyeur.
that. So you might be a voyeur.
Well, I know what I like. I like people that want.
I know what I am.
No
Okay.
touch.
Ooh, okay.
It's like,
Okay.
it's
I
like
got
being
you.
a cool-
I'm
it's like being
definitely-
nice to
I'm
Yeah.
a popular child,
Yeah,
a
yeah.
popular one, because you're a hot couple,
Yeah.
but you just keep saying no.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
you like to feel changed.
Yeah. No, you like to feel
Right,
checked,
yeah,
like want it.
Right? Yeah,
Yeah,
I like the chase.
Yeah, yeah.
I've
That's why I
always-
stop after 5.
You're gonna be a little bit different, I would assume.
You're gonna be a little bit different, I would assume. You're a co-host and like ex, but now back. So like, in my opinion, there's like friends and shit. Well, you referenced it a little bit, so I would assume that you only told him things that you like to do. So if I had to guess, it'd be weird shit that from like older men that did it to you. So I want to say like choke
In
or
my
hit
opinion,
or some shit.
shit.
In my opinion, something that is traumatic from your past is what my guess.
Well, I mean, most women.
Well, I mean, most women though too, like a little bit of
Daddy
like a
issues.
dominant,
Yeah.
Because I know
a
I'm
dominant.
Yeah.
Because I know I'm a dom.
Yeah.
I'm a dominant.
Yeah.
Dominant.
But it's like
In the
it's
bed.
soft.
But it's like it's soft.
Nice.
It's like
Right,
like
that's where the
nice.
pleasure comes
Right,
from.
that's where the pleasure
What is
dom
that
might come
joke?
from.
You ever seen that joke? It's like I think I'm gonna start
But
being a
like a
drug
really
dealer.
nice drug.
But like a really nice drug dealer. Like you know, like hey,
What movie is
what movie is that?
I don't know.
It's so- but I'll be a nice.
No.
Not like a
No,
nice-
that's really a thing.
Yeah. No, that's really a thing though, bro. To be honest, because a dom can be a lot of things. Also, I'm going to touch on this real quick. When it comes to dom and sub, the sub rules the relationship. Okay, so the sub gives the power to the dom to say so, right? So
Take that for what that is.
take that for
Like,
what that
I've
is.
had
You know what I mean? Like I've had
like there's an app
relationships
called
and like there's an app called Obedience.
but you can set like rules.
But you can set like rules and
you can
you can set like punishments and stuff. You know what I mean? So I would make them write out like silly rules and shit.
Come
And be like, you can't come until I
This
say
math
so.
problem.
You know, not for like 100 times, huh?
No.
And then they would send it to me.
Dating app is cool.
That's-
Dating's app is cool, bro. Oh, I like it. You know what I mean?
Great math.
Dude, it's third grade math.
Yeah. The only reason why I wanted to clarify that is because there is in my opinion, a wrong stigma when it comes from dom and sub. The dom is not the person controlling this. It is the sub who is actively letting herself go to said dom. So the moment she says, I don't fucking trust you, you're no longer a dom. You're not a dom. You know what I mean?
And going just like addiction, we talked about that. The sex world with people.
Everyone
Everyone
has
has
a
a
preference. So it all kind of falls.
and so it all kind of falls within categories.
Mhm.
The
and
category of
The category of
BDSM, let's say,
the BDSM, let's say, is defined as that because people are not afraid to talk
But there are
about
people
it.
that are afraid to
But
talk
there are
about
people
it.
that are afraid to talk about
But
it.
they're not
And,
doming.
but they're not doming. They
Yeah.
may like a finger in their butt or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Everyone has a thing. Everybody has a thing.
And what they're
No, 100%.
And what they're
Trust.
comfortable with being open about
to
public, and a lot of it's public shaming.
Feel like
People are
shamed.
feel like they're
Mhm.
going to be shamed
Are judged
are judged for their own
liberty in that way.
liberty
I
in
just
that
feel
way.
like I'm always
I guess I just feel like I'm always judged, right? So I don't really
Yeah, just
care
start.
what people
We
say.
just
Yeah,
all
I don't.
start.
I don't. But that's
I
what I'm
don't.
saying.
But
I just feel
that's what
like
I'm saying. I just feel like everybody just consistently judges, you know?
No,
I
we
don't
don't.
care. He
No,
knows
we
how
don't.
much I don't care.
This girl
Yeah.
dance in the grocery store.
This girl danced in the
That is
grocery
so
store.
hard.
That is so hard. Well, I'll dance in a grocery store in like parking lots, but go to a club and dance, bro. I can't be around 1,000 fucking people and not stare at everyone. You know what I mean? Like,
I can dance in the club.
Yeah, I
can
can't
dance.
let go like that. I can't go to raves and shit.
literally do not care what
I
people think.
literally.
I will say I don't like dancing where
I will
can't
say
see
I don't like
faces.
dancing where I can't see
I
their
like to turn around
faces.
and
You know
see
what I mean?
their
I like to
faces.
turn around and
We
see
were
their
at a place
faces.
with some
Like
friends
we
on
were at a
Friday night,
place with
and
some
there was
friends
a
on
lot of
Friday
people
night,
there.
and there wasn't
And
a
we
lot
were
of
the only
people
two
there.
dancing.
And we were the
Looking
only
at
two
this
dancing.
band,
Mhm.
and
Well, we're
this
looking
song
at this
came on,
band,
it was
and
like a
this
90s
song came on. It was
And I
like a
joked with her, I'm
90s
like,
song, and I joked with her.
I
I'm like,
can't even dance to this song.
I can't even dance to this song. I have to be a gay dude.
Yeah.
To be dancing this song, and I started doing the Carl
Now that
Holcomb
looks
stuff.
stupid. Or I'm like,
Now that looks stupid, or I'm like,
Yeah, I'll play dance.
I
You know what I
don't
mean?
care. I mean,
Yeah.
I literally do not care if people talk shit.
Literally,
And I'm
don't
like,
care if people talk
I
shit.
feel like if,
And I'm
if
like,
people talk shit,
I feel like if
then
people
great, they're
shit
thinking
behind
about
your
it.
back,
well, I just didn't want to
Great.
dance to that song.
Yeah. Well, I just didn't want to
Haters
dance to
make
that
famous.
song. I just didn't like that song.
The counselor that
Like-
told me I was
Touch real
addicted
quick.
to love,
The counselor that told me I was addicted to love, I
And
never
so the
really
way he explained
understood.
it was when you
And
fall
so
in
the way
love
he
or you
explained
get
it was
into
when
a
you
new
fall in
relationship,
love or you get
your
into a
brain
new
releases
relationship,
certain serotonin.
your brain
And that is what
releases
you're
certain
chasing.
serotonin.
More than likely why
And that is what you're
addicted to the
chasing.
gym.
More than likely why you guys are addicted to
we
the
know
gym.
100%.
Because you get a serotonin.
we know
talk
100%.
about that a lot.
We
talk about
yeah.
that a lot.
It's
and
Yeah.
It's how do you we tap into the present moment,
We release endorphins. So
and
there's
we
a way
release
that you can do
endorphins. So
that
Mhm.
there's a way that you can do that just
Living
by
in the moment.
coming to the moment,
and
living in the
Mhm.
moment, and experiencing this and this
Do you
now.
meditate?
I meditate without
Think-
ceasing.
Releasing. I meditate
No,
without
that's
ceasing.
funny
I call
because
it.
Heard the power.
The funny thing is,
all the
everybody
time. I don't understand why you're so.
I don't understand why
all
you're so
the time. That's what they asked me.
That's
And
You
I'm
do
like,
give off a real happy
You do
vibe.
give off a real
Oh,
happy
yeah.
vibe,
Yeah,
by the way.
You do.
and I'm like, well, do
Yeah, you really do.
And I'm like, well, you really?
And they're like, yeah. I'm like, I'm
And
asking
they're
you
like, yeah.
this time
I'm
of day.
like,
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
That's not what I told them.
Yeah.
That's not what I told them.
Right.
But no, I should tell them
I
that.
tell them
But no,
I
I tell them
I don't like the little
Yeah.
things bothering
I
me.
don't like the little things bother me.
And then,
But-
of course, having sex
And
or
then, of course,
masturbation.
I'm gonna send you the other.
I'm gonna send you
my other
the
podcast.
Every day,
I'm gonna
no?
send you my other podcast. I think you'd enjoy it because I have this theory that we live in a master program in a sense.
And our minds,
No,
And
I-
our minds are in that same
if then this.
if then this thing. So when
if you know
we
what
want to release
triggers it,
endorphins,
do that.
if you know what triggers it, you
Going
do
to the
that.
gym,
Mhm.
you're coming to
Going
the
to the
present
gym,
moment.
Yeah.
You're coming to
Releasing
the present
endorphins.
moment.
Yeah.
If you're with your
Endorphins.
partner,
If
I
you're
just
with
did
your
it right
partner,
now.
I just
do
did it right
on
now.
the
I can do it on the
bed.
bed.
Come to the moment. I'm with my partner.
Come to the moment. I'm with my
Release
partner.
endorphins.
Yeah.
Release
So
endorphins.
Yeah.
It's a
And
very
so
simple
it's
if then
a
then
very
this.
simple if then this
Logic that we live
yeah.
in.
logic
If you
that we
want a
live
new
in.
job,
If you want a new
your
job,
output, your output,
Yeah,
your
you go get
output, your output
well, then you do these
is
things
the
to
new
get
job.
that.
Well, then you do these things to get that.
Oh,
Yep. You
thank
can't just
I'm
oh
gonna
thank
put out
you.
good energy
I'm
for
gonna
it.
I'm gonna put out good
It's
energy
steps.
for it. No,
Everything
it's the
takes
steps.
So if you want to release
Everything
endorphins,
takes steps.
If you wanna
If you
get
want to release
healthy,
endorphins,
you
if
have
you want
to
to get healthy,
do
you have
steps.
Oh yeah.
to the steps.
Identifying
yeah.
it.
And
is step one.
identifying it
Think you'll
is
enjoy
step
it.
one.
I call it
I think
divine
you'll
logic
enjoy.
because
It.
Yeah,
I call it
takes-
divine logic
I
because
came
it
from
takes.
religious
It takes.
background, but
I came from
I'm
religious
not
background, but
religious.
I'm not
I would say,
religious.
oh,
I would
see the code.
say,
And I know how
I
know how it works.
Yeah.
and I know how.
You know what
I know how it
omnianism
works.
is?
Omnianism.
Omnianism?
Omnianism.
Yeah.
No,
The
it's
gist
not.
of
It is the gist of it.
true, just the
It
little
is
bits.
all religions are true, just
like,
the little bits of them.
You can
like,
cut
I'm-
this if this is not what this is
You
about.
can cut
Alright.
this if this is not
You know
what
there's
this is
other
about.
people
Right?
like
All right, cool.
Jesus
You know,
who
there's
died
other
and
people
was
like
risen 3
Jesus
days
who
later.
died and was
other,
risen
like,
3 days
religions
later.
or is
In
this
other
one?
like religions.
There's a documentary called
There's a documentary called
Zegas,
Zegas,
however the fuck you say it, and it's on YouTube.
or
And
however
so
the fuck you say it, and
There's
it's on
another
YouTube.
thing that
And
dies
so
for 3 days
there's another thing that
raises,
dies for
and
3
it's
days
the
and
sun during the
raises,
equinox.
and it's the sun during the
And so
equinox.
the whole
And
theory,
so
in a
the
sense,
whole
is God is the
theory, in a
sun,
sense, is God is the sun,
Orion's
the
belt are the
Orion's belt
brothers
are
and all
the
this type of stuff.
brothers and
I
all this
believe in
type of stuff. I believe in
Best way to
an
lie is with a little
best way bit of
truth.
lies with a little bit of truth. And so for me, when I look at, like, we'll say Christianity or
I like to find the
Buddhism, I like to find the similars, like the similarities, and then that's where I'm like, that fucking might be true. You know what I mean? Because for me, I think a lot of capitalism has killed a lot. Is kind of where my brain goes when it comes to religion. Tidbit, real quick, and then I'll leave. Have you ever heard of dark marketing?
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Then I won't
Okay,
say
cool. Then I won't say it.
Nobody has ever heard of this.
But nobody has
And
ever
so I
heard
try
of
to
this, dude.
let
And so I
people
try
know
to
that
let people know that
manipulation can be legal.
manipulation can be legal. Is the best way I'll kind of know how to say that. Yeah.
That's my tangent I'm on.
That's my
No,
tangent. I'm on.
I think you'll enjoy the book.
Yeah.
Or at least the
podcast that talks about
the
each
podcast?
chapter.
the podcast that talks about
And
each
breaks
chapter.
it down.
And
All
breaks
right.
it.
Yeah, send it. I'll listen.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, man. This was fun. This took a turn for today, but I liked
So we
it.
want to thank Patrick.
We'll have
for
you.
coming on the show.
Thank you guys.
And talking about his open lifestyle.
About his
Yeah.
open
I appreciate your honesty.
Yeah, I appreciate your honesty and
Of course.
openness.
You have fun tonight,
Yeah.
wherever you-
I hope you have fun tonight, wherever you,
Yeah.
where the road leads you.
Anyways,
I'm just kidding.
all right,
Um,
next time.
Anyways, all right, till next time.
Instagram, TikTok,
Where you get your podcast.
And anywhere you
Okay.
get your
Till next time.
podcast.
Bye, guys.
Till next time.